Bolivia. In this book from the 1970s, there's something said about it. There is said that it is in South America, more in the northern part of South America. And it is neighboring Brazil and Peru and Chile and Argentina and Paraguay. And they're saying that the country is very high, lying up in the ends. It has some passes over, so points where people can walk over to Peru. Okay. And they are all higher than 4,000 meters high. So even the lowest points between all the volcanic peaks, which are 7,000 meters high, the lowest passes are over 4,000 meters high. It's quite a remote country, which is also one reason why not so many immigrants came at the turn of the 19th to the 20th century, which came to whole Americas, not so much to Bolivia. And then there is the altiplano. That is a high windswept cold plateau between the cordillera occidental and cordillera central lying, and that is a big area, and there's cold, windy, and so on. In the north, there's the Lake Titicaca, bisected with Peru or Chile, and that is the highest navigable water on the earth. It is lying over 3,218 meters high and has a surface size of 8,000 square kilometers and a depth of more than 230 meters. There the temperatures are a bit more moderate. On the plateau they are 10 degrees, not much change winter to summer. Now there by the Lake Titicaca, there's also the capital, La Paz, 600,000 inhabitants in the 1970s. The whole country is 6 million. And there are some sheep and llamas and alpaca, and also some grain and potatoes are done with agriculture. Then there is the Cordillera Central, and then it goes on with the Cordillera Oriental also, and then goes on to the Amazon with the rivers Mamoré and Benin and Madre de Dios. And in these valleys there's then more ground with agriculture. To the eastern part there are also citrus fruits then a bit done, and olive plants and sugar and rice, alfalfa in some regions more there. And there's then rainforest also. And the country was very dependent on tin exports. That has gone a bit down since the country is exporting crude oil and natural gas to Brazil and Argentina. And it is also then mining in the Cordillera Oriental or Central. There are minerals found, bismuth, antimony. There is the scope to extract also iron and zinc. And now the country had some turmoils, then later on the 3 wars. Let's start with history first, which we have. There was in the 7th to the 10th century the city Tehuanana, and that was already a big organization, so it showed that the people lived there in big organization and had skillful art, a big town. Bolivia was then conquered in the 15th century by the Incas from Peru, but there was still a considerable amount of governing. Then some people from Spain came, and the book is then saying that the people from Spain enslaved the people there cruelly, and that led to many bloody revolts. The Spaniards, when they were there, found also at Polosi the largest silver amount at one place in the earth. And then there was independence in 1825. There was Simón Bolívar and also the general Antonio José de Sucre. And after Simón Bolívar, the country is named after its independence, 1825. And then also 3 wars. There was the War of the Pacific, 1879-1883. There, Bolivia lost the territory which were connecting it to the Pacific, to Peru or Chile. And then there was another war, and in that it lost the territory to Brazil, 1903, the Amazon territory. There's also more rain to Brazil, with the rainforest. And then there was another war in 1928, 1932, the Chaco War, and losing the territory to Paraguay. And then also a bit turmoil further on. And that is here written in the book to Bolivia. The book is the Reader's Digest Library of Modern Knowledge, Book 3, Part 23, Nations and Places, by Monica Beckinsale, Robert Beckinsale, Harold Blackmore, DJ Dwight, Keith Lyle, Student, Nancy McMillan, R.E.H. Miller, Kevin Rafferty, D.H. Sinclair, Arthur Spencer, G.S. Derry, Kenneth Walton, James Waters, E. on the pages 1134 and 1135, all written in the year 1978. And the positions and views expressed are the ones of a source and don't necessarily align with my own or with the ones of the entities below.